brand new Poco F8 Pro, a seriously impressive phone on paper with an even more impressive starting price of £549. It's my first proper Android phone since the Pixel 2 XL in 2017, and after a rough experience back then, I've always stuck with the iPhone. So the question is, can the F8 Pro change my mind, and how does it compare to my daily driver, the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This phone was loaned to me by Xiaomi, who own Poco. No money has changed hands and I don't get to keep it. And they have zero say in this video. I review phones as a consumer, not a tech enthusiast, and I firmly believe no single person needs to upgrade their phone every year, and most pro features like log video or raw photos are for a very small crowd of people. Right out of the gate, the phone made a great first impression. The unboxing experience feels surprisingly premium. The yellow and black branding is a nice change from the sterile white Apple aesthetic, and Poco even includes a decent case in the box. But the cable? It's a USB-A, and on a phone that supports 100 watts charging, I would have loved a proper 100 watt USB-C cable in the box. And unfortunately, like most brands today, there is no charging brick. In the hand though, the phone feels fantastic. Coming from the iPhone 15 Pro Max, this feels much lighter and far easier to use one-handed. The camera layout is also cleaner and more symmetrical, with the flash and microphone cleverly hidden in a housing that matches the camera styling. And yes, that is sound by Bose printed on the back. Poco partnered with Bose to tune the stereo speakers, and honestly, they sound great. I think they're on par with my iPhone, and most people I asked said the F8 Pro actually sounded better. Now, the first issue. The camera is marketed as a 50 megapixel triple camera system with optical image stabilization, but that's not the full story. Only 1x and 2.5x actually shoot at 50 megapixels. The ultra-wide, 2x and 5x lenses are limited to 12.5 megapixels, and anything above 5x looks pretty rough. This 30x zoom shot I took on the side of the road shows exactly what I mean. Despite that, the cameras perform well in most real-world situations. Autofocus and subject detection are excellent, even on long, awkward subjects like a dachshund, and images are usually sharp and focused. I've noticed the 1x and 2x lenses are much more contrasty and saturated than others, and you can see a big shift when jumping from 2x to 2.5x. Close-up performance is great too. I got surprisingly close to this barbed wire while staying in focus, compared to my iPhone, which constantly switches to the macro mode and produces worse results. This was a refreshing change. 50 megapixel shots look exactly as you'd expect, sharp, punchy and colourful. The selfie camera is fine, it's not the best, and it's slightly over-sharpened at times, but good enough for most people, and just like the recent iPhones, the F8 Pro auto-zooms out when it detects a group of people. There's also a full pro mode for anyone who wants to take full advantage of what this camera can do. Video's a bit of a mixed bag. You can shoot in 8K, which sounds great, but it's locked to 30 FPS. There's no 24 or 25 FPS options, which is honestly a crime, because we all know 24 FPS instantly makes everything look more cinematic and therefore better. There's also no 4K 120, which I think most people would actually prefer over 4K. On the plus side, you get HDR10 video, some smart audio features, and a steady shot mode that basically works like the action mode on the iPhone. And there's even a built-in teleprompter. I wouldn't say I love it, but it's a genuinely nice feature for creators, and honestly, more phones should include something like that. The F8 Pro runs Xiaomi's HyperOS, and I had issues. The data transfer from my iPhone took 3 hours just for WhatsApp and messages, and it drained the F8 Pro's battery from 80% to 3% twice during this process. But once everything was set up, I was surprised by how easy it was to use. The under-screen fingerprint sensor is blazingly fast and way more convenient than Face ID, especially when the phone is on the table. During the setup transfer, the F8 Pro charged my iPhone from 20% to 80% in that time. I love swiping over to the personalized Google feed, even if the data it knows about me is slightly creepy. Gemini is a fantastic system and blows Siri out of the water for general queries. It's not perfect, but it's really good. If Apple actually brings Gemini to the iPhone like it's rumored to, that's going to make switching even harder. But my favorite detail is so small and honestly quite silly, but it's the volume controls. Tap a volume button and you get quick access to mute, do not disturb, sliders for system and alarm volume, and timers to turn on do not disturb and your silent mode. It's so much quicker than on the iPhone. Unfortunately, it isn't all good news. I've had quite a few issues. There was a lot of bloatware installed, Xiaomi's own services spam notifications to get you to install apps, the cleaner app shows ads, and apps like TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook and more come pre-installed. I really wish users could choose what to install during setup. App performance was also rough at first. Instagram froze every time I took a photo, banking apps crashed, even the Play Store hung occasionally. Most of this has improved after a HyperOS update that dropped this morning before filming this talking piece, but not everything. And I don't think the hardware is the issue here. The model has the Snapdragon 8 Elite, 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, so something else must be going on here. Google Wallet works just as good as Apple Pay does, but there was a point early on where it wouldn't let me add cards due to security concerns. It thought there was malware installed, but I just updated the Play Store and it worked again. But we've got to talk about the display. It's fantastic. The 6.59-inch 120Hz AMOLED that gets extremely bright. Poco claims 3500 nits. I can't verify this personally, but I can see it perfectly in a bright sunny day. It's sharp, colourful and smooth. It gets my approval. Battery life, however, has been disappointing. The F8 Pro has a massive 6210 mAh battery, nearly 2000 mAh bigger than my 15 Pro Max, yet it doesn't last a full day. One night I went to bed with the phone at 80% battery and woke up to 18%. I had Do Not Disturb on and no apps running. The battery app blamed the default Messages app, even though I didn't receive a single message. I'm now charging the phone once or twice a day to combat this battery drain. Hopefully this is software related, because the hardware definitely isn't the problem. One saving grace though is at least that with 100 watts charging, it makes topping up the battery very quick. Hey, Future Chris here. Just to let you know that Xiaomi OS update that I mentioned earlier in the video has fixed my battery issues. I'm getting a full day's worth of battery life with several hours of screen time and tethering all day to my iPhone, because I still need to use Apple CarPlay in my car, as for some reason my car doesn't have Android Auto. So good job, Xiaomi. However, there is one deal breaker. For me personally, the biggest issue is the lack of wireless charging. My whole setup, car, desk, bedside table, is built around MagSafe and wireless charging. There is nothing more convenient than popping your phone onto a stand and having it instantly charge. It is a convenience that I just can't give up. Now, I know I've sounded negative at times, but this is honestly a very good phone for the price. If Xiaomi cleans up HyperOS, removes the bloatware and fixes the battery drain, this would be an incredible device, possibly one of the best phones under £600. It's genuinely made me consider trying a smaller phone and, dare I say it, switching to Android in the future. But with money tight for a lot of people and tech getting more expensive, we have to be critical. If you can overlook the software issues and the lack of wireless charging, the Poco F8 Pro gives you a premium display, strong cameras, great features, and incredible value.